Hi there, my name is Nicole Hebert with the Moose Jaw Journey to Hope team, and this is Voices of Recovery.
So as the police and crisis team, that's a police officer teamed up with a mental health professional. We work together full time, and we attend to calls for service in our community that have a mental health piece or an addictions piece.
And so the goal of the P.A.C.T team, of course, is to divert folks away from the emergency department. So if we can connect those folks to outpatient services, then that's what we try to do.
Those services look like?
Like outpatient mental health and addictions counseling, different groups that we offer, detox. We work closely with those people, and community paramedics, so we can help connect those folks to all those services.
And what's really neat with the new community paramedic program and P.A.C.T working together is that we see, and we're doing home detox, which is very interesting and unique and great for our people to have access to that, to detox inside their own home comfortably. But I think the public needs to know, too, that the drugs on the street now are different, and they're sometimes deadly because they're just mixed with so many different things, and you just don't know what you're getting in the drug that you're buying off the black market. And we're hearing that from our people. They're saying they taste different, it makes them act differently, it's different than what it was years ago. So I guess, you know, we keep saying this, but don't do drugs. Drugs are bad, because it really is. It's wrecking people's lives, and they're dangerous. And
everybody has a story, right? Like there's always a story behind people. And I think when we are looking at folks who are struggling with addiction, we see that as like they're less than, or it's a choice, it's whatever. But I really hope that people can step back and understand that there's far more to this person, right? And so oftentimes people aren't even ready to accept outpatient services, and sometimes we fill that gap with just being there to support those folks and saying, hey, we care about you, we're here. When you are ready, let us know, and we can help that connection happen at that time, right? So that people don't have to just go into that outpatient help immediately because they have a right to decide not to, right? But we still try to touch base with those folks and let them know that people do care about them still. So
and lots of families ask, what do you look for? What would you see with somebody that's using drugs? And this could be for adults or youth, right? But you'll see a change in their behavior where they won't be attending school. You'll see their hygiene start to deteriorate. You'll see them start locking themselves in their bedroom. You'll start to notice things going missing inside your house, like money and items, so they can sell them. And that's those are good indicators. Weight loss, anything else. But that's just good for the public to know or be aware of, that if that's happening inside your home or to somebody that you care about, right, that's the time to start to reach out to access the resources in the community. And again, with youth, right, too, as parents, as we're parents, just remember, too, if you do have a loved one living under your roof, right, that's your house, that's your castle, and you have the right to, search bedrooms and search their place where they stay and sleep, and, to make sure that, they aren't into the bad stuff, right, and you can stay on top of that kind of thing. So often when we speak with people that are addicted to drugs, like Tanya has said before, that often the family is really affected by this too. And I really would like to speak to a specific group that's happening at a church on Wednesday night. Naranon? Or?
Yeah. We have been, as soon as we heard about this, actually, we had about 10 different families that we sent the picture to, just to let them know that there's support groups out there for you, because I think what we hear often is that support is lacking. like for family members, where do we go? What do we do? How do we support this person and yet not enable this person? That's like a huge question that families have, right? And so there's different options. We direct those folks to call the intake, mental health intake, 691-6464, and request support that way. We do offer the family education group to those folks to help them. And then the NAR and ON group is really where we're targeting. And we offer codependency groups at mental health as well. So that's often one of the things that we're referring family members to, which I feel like is quite helpful for many. Yeah. Important bit of information is teaching parents about the legislation in regards to kids for the youth detox warrant, because a lot of times families aren't aware of that. So when Shawn was talking about, hey, your home is your castle, you have the right to be asking questions and looking through rooms and making sure that your kids are safe and knowing what they're doing. There's also the youth detox warrant.
So parents also have an option when their teenagers are under the age of 18 to access the Youth Drug Detoxification and Stabilization Act. And that's where you can go if you see a decline in your son or daughter's education, not going to school, hygiene, you suspect drug use, change in behavior. You can go to a judge in your community and meet with him or her and explain your concerns and the problems that you're having with your child. And they will issue the family member a warrant, and they have to be able to speak to specifics in regards to what your son or daughter is struggling with. And then they will issue a warrant that you would then bring to the police service, and then police would go pick up your son or daughter, take them to the hospital. They'd be evaluated by a doctor, and Tanya will step in if I'm missing anything, and then the decision would be made if they qualify to go through a period of detoxification, which looks like going to Regina for up to 10 days, I believe. Is that correct? Okay. 10 to 14 days where they would be kept in a secure facility to begin the detox process. And this is only for our children that are under the age of 18. But what a great resource if you are, going down that path and you really feel like you have no options or you're struggling to know what to do next to help your son or daughter. So, yeah, that's an option as well for families.
Yeah.
Our community now in Moose Jaw has a police and crisis team, and there's essentially coverage 7 days a week. And they are always welcome to phone the police station if they have questions, and or in an emergency, if they contact the police, you don't call P.A.C.T directly, but you just, in an emergency, if there is somebody in a crisis, which may look like something to do with their mental health or an addiction, if they phone the police service and the P.A.C.T team is working, they will get a police officer and a social worker to come out to their house to try work through those things together. So